Hey guys, Mr. T here, just doing a quick video on problem solving with trigonometry. So now you've seen how the trig ratios can be used to find unknown sides and unknown angles in the last lesson. This allows you to solve more realistic situations using these tools. So you'll notice the pattern is you're taught a bunch of skills, a bunch of tools, and then usually there's always a lesson where you do problem solving with those tools because it's more useful to do maths with worded situations than it is to just do a bunch of exercises. So the steps for problem solving with trigonometry: step 1, draw a diagram to illustrate the situation. I'm a visual person. Diagrams are always useful to get it through your head. Number 2, ensure you can identify the right angled triangles. The tools that I've taught you in year 10 are only for right angled triangles, so you need to find the right angled triangles in your situation. Step 3, mark the unknown side or angle that you need. Remember, x for unknown lengths, but theta is what's acceptable for unknown angles. Step 4, choose the appropriate tool. So either you're finding a side or you're finding an angle, so you refer back to those two lessons. One was about finding sides, one was about finding angle. You use those techniques. And you also have to choose the appropriate ratio from SOHCAHTOA, and you need to fill it in with the known information. Step 5, solve for the unknown. Step 6, make sure you get your last mark answer in sentence form. So if you're watching this video, you would pause at this point and copy down the rectangle. But for the purpose of the recording, I'm going to move on. For example, here, Kirat is repairing his house roof after a storm. The roof has a pitch of 16 degrees. Find the length of the horizontal beam needed to support the roof. This is what I'm finding here. The beam is going to be X. That's what I need to find. The roof has a pitch of 16 degrees. Find the length of the horizontal beam needed to support the roof. The problem we've got here is this is not a right angle triangle. But there are two right angle triangles. If I split this down the middle, these are both right angle triangles. So what that does is that if we focus on this particular one on the left-hand side, this is the triangle that we're going to focus on. That's going to mean that one of the sides that we find is going to be x on 2. So in this triangle here, I have the angle in the bottom left corner, I have the hypotenuse, and I have the adjacent. SOHCAHTOA, so cosine has adjacent hypotenuse. So let's choose the appropriate ratio, ka, and fill it in with the known information. So cosine theta, which is 16 degrees, is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent is x on 2, and that's divided by the hypotenuse, which is 9.4. I want x on 2 without dividing by 9.4. So what is the opposite of dividing by 9.4? Times both sides by 9.4. That's going to cancel. So at this point, we're going to have 9.4 times cos 16 degrees is equal to x on 2. I want x by itself. So the opposite of dividing by 2 is timesing by 2, times both sides by 2. That's going to cancel. So x is whatever 2 times 9.4 times cos 16 degrees is going to be. Make sure it's in degrees mode. So tan, not tan negative 1, just tan. Tan 45 is 1, so it's in degrees mode. So I'm going to go 2 times 9.4. Times that by cos 16, end the brackets. X is 18.07 meters rounded to 2 decimal points. So that is an example of problem solving using trigonometry. Hopefully that helps you out. See you in the next video.